If we ask the Muslims today, those who claim to be Muslims, does Allah know or do you know better? They will say Allah knows. But yet, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded something, those who claim themselves to be Muslim will say, no, this doesn't make sense, or this is not just, or this is not fitting with our traditions or modern times. They are in fact saying, we know better than Allah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Welcome to a new episode where we contemplate the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This time, I'd like to focus on the knowledge of Allah, the ilm of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the opening ayat of Surah Al-Hadid, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. All that is in the heavens and the earth glorifies Allah, and He is the Almighty, the All-Wise. His is the sovereignty of the heavens and the earth. He ordains life and death, and He has power over all things. He is the first and the last, and the manifest and the hidden. He is the knower of all things. He it is who has created the heavens and the earth in 6 stages. He then established Himself on the throne. He knows all that enters the earth, and all that emerges from it, and all that comes down from the sky, and all that ascends up to it. And He is with you wheresoever you might be, and Allah sees what you do. To Him belongs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and to Allah are all things returned. He causes the night to pass into the day, and He causes the day to pass into the night, and He knows all that is in the breasts. Allah knows. SubhanAllah, if we ask the Muslims today, those who claim to be Muslims, does Allah know or do you know better? They will say, surely Allah knows. Allah is the knower of everything in the heavens and the earth. And they will repeat these ayat. But their actions and their deeds and their feelings do not reflect this. It belittles this. They will say Allah knows, but yet when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded something and He has given Allah, they will start saying, but this is not appropriate for our time. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't fit with the traditions that we have. I'll give you an example. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made a very clear law, and it is apparent in the Quran and practiced in the Sunnah. Everyone knows this law. When there's inheritance in question, the children of the one who has left something behind, it is distributed among the children in such a way that the sons, the male offspring, they get twice the share that the female, the daughter offspring, get. It is given equally among the sons and equally among the daughters, but the sons get twice the share of the daughters. Now, those in the modern times, they say this is not just, as if they're trying to teach Allah what is justice. They say, no, the sons and the daughters must get the same thing. In many rural areas in the Middle East, it is exactly the opposite. They will say, the daughters get anything? No, the sons will get the only thing. Do you want us to give money to outside the family? They say it is against our tradition to give inheritance to the daughters. Only the sons will get it. So both sides are actually saying, we know better than Allah. Although Allah is the owner of the heavens and the earth. He is the one who gives us sustenance. He's the one who has given us something to pass on to the generations, the wealth that He has given us as inheritance. And He has given us a way to distribute this. But yet mankind today, those who claim themselves to be Muslim, will say, no, this doesn't make sense, or this is not just, or this is not fitting with our traditions or modern times. They are in fact saying, we know better than Allah. Although they will never say these words, they will never admit to this fact, but their actions and their decisions and their attitude belies them. And in fact, they are saying, we know better than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for sure, someone who has this attitude cannot claim to be a Muslim. Even though they claim to be, they should not fool themselves. They should go back to Allah. Every one of us should ask himself, do I really submit myself to Allah? Am I really happy with everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given? Do I judge what is just and what is right based on what Allah says? Or do I judge what is good and right based on my own whims, based on my own traditions, based on my own logic? If I do so, then I am actually taking my logic, my traditions, my whims as a God, as an ilah over Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we say there's no deity but Allah, La ilaha illallah, we have to practice this. We have to be happy with everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives. And why shouldn't we? Allah tells us there may be something that we're not happy with, but it is good for us. And yet there may be something that we don't like, and it is better for us. What Allah gives us is the best. What Allah gives us is justice. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open our hearts so that we submit to Him wholeheartedly and really turn to Him as Muslimin. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.